Hello, hi, and welcome again to the Terminal Podcast, where in the end, it's all about the numbers. I am your host, 3 out of 7 ain't bad, and we are broadcasting high above Civic Center Station. And tonight, it's no longer a dream in the distance, just a light just over the horizon. No, baseball is officially underway. So I can ask a simple question like, Scott, I know I asked you this last time. So are you going to be able to see your Snakes up close when they visit City Field this weekend or no?
I'm gonna watch the games on the cable television.
Oh, not going to see
Uh,
them up close and
yeah,
personal.
it just doesn't make any sense logistically for the next couple of days with
Hmm.
scheduling and such. But yeah, I'd like to see him, but what are you gonna do?
Is that Scott? Is that due to the fact of the Mets being proactive and moving the games up in the day, or
Have
Wait, did
they?
they? Did they?
yeah? Well, Tuesday and Wednesday the games are moved up to the afternoon because it's going to be so cold at night.
Oh, I did.
Oh,
You know what?
really?
So
I did
honestly,
not know that.
on that was one of the things I was like, I'm not sitting in 30-degree weather, and like that was one of the reasons I wasn't going. Luke has stuff on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so like Wednesday was kind of the only day that I had circled. So if they did move up that time, I don't know. I gotta pull him out of school. What am I doing?
Yeah,
To go
Yeah, I
see
mean,
yeah.
what is he not learning? He's in second grade? He's fine.
I don't know.
I'm a school teacher and I'm an advocate of pulling kids out of school for stuff.
he's not gonna learn the capital of Portugal. Okay,
I'll take
so
a look at it. I will take a closer look. I'm pretty sure they're doing Portugal on Tuesday though.
so there you
No, no.
go.
I will take a look
Yeah,
at
four
that
ten.
new information. That new information is that is that is new
There you go.
information. Is that new information?
Informative.
4:10
That
Tuesday and Wednesday.
Look at
that
that. Three out of
particular
seven is
information is
informative.
new information. I'm looking at it right now. So yes, the Wednesday game now is at 1:10 Mountain Time. All right. I only do things on Mountain Time, by the way.
Chris, curious. So you knew that they've updated those times. How deep are you into this Major League Baseball season?
I'm paying attention because I love baseball. As we've talked about in this podcast, though, I'm not getting to watch my Yankees. So I'm just keeping abreast with stuff I see online.
Are you
Um,
watching are you watching like highlights and condensed games and things like that on YouTube yet? No?
nope, haven't got into that yet. Again, it's only 10 games in, but
Yeah.
I know it sounds like a stupid thing to say on a podcast about guys watching sports. Eh.
That's a fair point. I
I gotta
mean,
say, I gotta
life is
say,
going on. Go ahead.
throughout most of this podcast, I will be looking at tickets for the 4 o'clock Wednesday ball game because that is something I would like. We'll see what happens tomorrow too. Like if they lose 10-0 tomorrow, like I easily change my tune and be like, I don't need to watch it up close. I'll still watch it. It's not like I don't watch it. But I did have what you would call what Diamondback fans would call a Diamondbacks win the other night, an East Coast Diamondbacks win. So there's not that many of us East Coast
Mhm.
Diamondbacks fans, but an East Coast Diamondbacks win was I fell asleep when we were losing 2-1, and I woke up the next day and we lost 17-2. But that's a win.
To win because you didn't have to stay awake to watch that.
Didn't miss a thing, didn't get frustrated, got a night's sleep.
Wow.
Can I tell a really funny story that really doesn't have to do it has to do with blowouts like falling asleep.
Sure.
Years ago, my father was coaching freshman baseball at Teaneck High School, where we all attended, and he was playing in the freshman county tournament. And the head or one of the coaches, Coach Merritt's Martin, was watching the game. He was sitting out in the outfield. It was a beautiful afternoon, and my dad was up 11-0, so he was on pace to mercy rule the team.
Yeah.
Coach Merritt fell asleep, and when he woke up, my dad was down 23-12 and getting mercy ruled. He's like, "How did I miss that much baseball? That you were gonna mercy rule a team, and now you're getting mercy ruled."
You missed 23 runs, so you missed at least 30 plate appearances going in some form of fashion through innings and such like
My
that.
dad said
That's
the one inning he thought would never end. He says the only time I was ever coaching a baseball game where I thought the inning would never end. I didn't think we could get 3 outs.
that's that is
That's tough.
it's it is tough. I mean, yeah. Ooh. Uh, Speaking of getting outs, Chris is from what you've heard, from what you've read, I'm assuming, do you think that your Yankee starting pitching is for real?
I do. Yeah, I mean, listen, Fried's a good pitcher, and Cam Schlittler's a really good up and coming pitcher. Listen, in a month or so, two of those guys, Warren or Ryan Weathers, David Weathers' kid's going to be in the bullpen because you're going to get Garrett Cole and Carlos Rodon, and you're going to call up Luis Heel.
I
So
think Heels actually, I thought he was just
he's
brought up.
not.
I
He's in the
thought,
minors right now because they put him down there because they didn't need a fifth starter for the first like 3 weeks of the season. The way the games work out.
well, I read
So,
wrong. But
but yeah,
okay.
I mean, listen, Fried and Schlitter are really good pitchers. Cam Schlittler's as good as any young pitcher in baseball. He is, and Max
So
Fried's been doing it for a decade.
those are your team. So if you're paying any attention, had you heard of Xavier Edwards or Otto Lopez before Friday?
No, Edwards is the guy in the Marlins, right? Hitting like
Yeah,
800 or whatever. Yeah,
that's
but there's always a guy. Come on. Rocco Baldelli one year was doing that, remember?
no, I've as a Mets fan who sees the Marlins every year, I've seen Xavier Edwards and Otto Lopez, but so I know how annoying that fish team is going to be all season. They're just
They're a good
annoying, is
team.
what it
They're
is.
not a
They're a good.
bad team.
They're
They're a good team.
exactly. They're going to probably be right around 500 and just be pecking and pawing at people and just be annoying. Um, so Scott, as annoying, had you heard of Drake Baldwin at all before
No.
this
And I
past week?
still even after the series and I watched most of it, I still didn't know who that name was when
Exactly. I was looking at it because I could give you the story how he's actually a rookie from last year, so it's his second year. He was the backup because he was supposed to be behind Sean Murphy, who was acquired and signed through 2028 with one of those young player 6 year
Mhm.
deals. But now he's sitting behind. Well, he's injured now actually, but yeah, he's probably been Wally picked. That's a Wally pick job. Drake Baldwin is going to be the Braves catcher for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Scott, is there any player or team that has surprised you the most, either off of your team or just in random in this opening week of baseball and you watchings and
oh
such?
no, we got the new this kid Jose Fernandez has won single-handedly won 2 games for our team. Like he literally he had a bunt that scored 2 runs in the game that we won 2-1.
Was it a
He also
T-ball game?
it was a T-ball play for sure. It was a little league special. I like those
That's
sometimes when
I've
when
seen
we're
a
not.
couple of those.
Yeah. And then he hit 2 home runs and had the game winner in another game. So that kid's been great. We still don't have a bullpen like at all. So I wouldn't get too excited because they're a good it's a really good team, but they have the same exact trouble they had last year. So we'll
Is
see.
there any baseball fan who doesn't look and say at some point in any season, we just don't have a bullpen. We
No,
just
no,
is
this is
there
different. There's a
anybody
little
who's just been like, our bullpen's perfect. We don't need any help. I mean, even even Chris, you as a Yankees fan, you got to you got to the closer when you got to Rivera, but getting to him, did you ever have worries about getting to who's gonna get us to Rivera?
Yeah, but I've always said it on this podcast. The bullpen is the most living, breathing organism of a Major League Baseball team and takes shape throughout the year. There's a guy you got in the Rule 5 draft who's going to have his best season ever. There's a guy you pick up off the scrap heap. You're going to trade for someone, not at the trade deadline, but on July 11th. You're going to trade for some guy you've never heard of, but he's a lefty and he gets every lefty out. Like if you're the better teams, you know what I
You're
Like I
gonna
mean?
say,
Like,
you know what's funny? What you're saying is the stuff that like the Yankees do. Like your team does that. Like we never do that. Like when it comes time to like go get the best, like when the best potential pitcher is available, We don't get him. You get
No,
him.
but that's what I'm saying. When it comes to bullpen, it's not the best guy. It's these random dudes and the
Yeah,
better
I
teams.
know. I
I know what
understand
you're
that
saying, though.
too.
It's the better teams. It's the
Yeah,
Dodgers and the
But
yeah.
Yankees and
I
the Blue
I
Jays and the yeah.
but you could keep saying teams off of that. That's my whole thing. Or the Cubs, or the Cardinals, or it's like it's the teams that have decided we're actually going to try and do it. I feel like Detroit's going to probably try and do that this year. Pittsburgh's going to try and do that this year because both of them are Rust Belt teams that actually have good. I mean, granted, they have two of the Skeens and Skubal at the top, but they're going to try this year. They're going to be the team that goes and tries to get that reliever.
I have two Major League Baseball theories: contract year theories
Hmm.
and bullpen World Series. Contract year guys. I mean, I can think of guys right off the top of my head that had great years in contract years, including Bernie Williams, won his only batting title in a contract year and played the Yankees and Red Sox against each other in 1998 to get a better contract. But the bullpen theory is that every team that wins the World Series has four bullpen guys that have the best season they ever had and ever will have and never repeat that.
Definitely.
It
There's
Or
started
probably
with the
two other guys.
2004 Angels when they had like Ben Weber and like some other guy that were unhittable for one postseason. That's it.
yeah, it's usually more about the postseason. Go ahead, Scott. You were saying something.
No, I was gonna say there's also one or two guys that are hitting way above what they've ever done.
Yeah, but
It's a
I'm
compliment.
telling
I
you, it's
agree
these
with that though.
bullpen guys, especially now when guys go 3 innings in a postseason game and they pull them out and start, the bullpen carousel that they do nowadays.
Yeah.
I which it was oh, it was Chris Bassett actually. So it was the Orioles, and who are the Orioles playing this weekend? Because they lost, and I was happy to see Pete Alonso take the loss. Um, oh, they were playing Pittsburgh, and O'Neal Cruz from Pittsburgh hit a ground ball up the middle that hit Bassett on his leg to the point that he went down, and it was a
Mhm.
single because it was bases loaded and the ball was sitting right there and able to get it. And I just say that because you were mentioning pitchers and only going 5 and 6 innings because Bassett was coming off the mound in a position where he wasn't able to be in a good fielding position to field the ball. Now, granted, the announcer guy was like, "Well, Greg Maddux always ended up in a perfect fielding position." And I was like, "Yeah, but that's also because he's Greg Maddux." But it doesn't seem if you're pitching and always and Bassett's a horrible example, but it seems like everybody's teaching pitchers to go 115% all the time. You're not going to be landing in a good fielding position if you're throwing the ball complete as hard as possible. You can't be in a good fielding position because you are throwing your
And
body
what
in one
didn't Greg
way.
Maddux do? He didn't
Uh,
throw the ball as hard as possible.
no, he just pitched for 20 some odd years but that's, sadly, but that seems to be the way instead of, and that goes back to it literally has to start where freshman baseball in high school and
Right.
and before that, where it's look, you just need to be able to throw strikes. If you could throw strikes low in the zone, you can throw forever, but that's neither here nor there. Speaking of low in the zone, um, I shared my thoughts on the ABS automatic balls and strike system in the first Mets up I did last Thursday. Scott, from watching, because you're watching games actually, what are your thoughts on ABS? How is it for the actual implementation of ABS, watching it in a live game?
Yeah, so far so good. I've been okay with it. I I think they're using it. I think they're using it well. It hasn't slowed the game down. I mean, who's the thing? Is it T-Mobile that's getting all the like? Who is it?
Yeah,
That's
I think T-Mobile's
Yeah.
they got
geez.
their money all of it.
I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, right? Is that all season is going to be pink T-Mobile?
Yeah,
I would
probably.
assume so.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
for them. But I
that's
mean,
Yeah.
that's
that's
where the
something
money's
else.
from.
Good for that
Yeah,
salesman.
I
but
mean, that's some amazing
so
brand awareness we're gonna have. Think
are
about
you watching any of the highlights? I know Chris said he's not, but
No, I'm watching highlights, but
oh,
I'm not watching like the condensed games and that kind
okay.
of
I'm
thing.
but so you seen the highlights when they show the ABS and it's like, it's a strike and it actually changes, so to speak, changes
Yeah. No, I've seen it.
the
I think it's been great. I think it's been great. People love to. I mean, the least popular person in every sport is the commissioner of whatever sport you're talking about, right? I mean, nobody likes any commissioner, but they all love all the
Gordon.
sports.
People like Commissioner Gordon.
Commissioner Gordon
Yes,
was
Commissioner Gordon, right? He's
Commissioner
he's
Gordon
the
was a
last
great
one.
guy.
But the initiatives that Rob Manfred, and again, I'm not saying he's the greatest commissioner ever. I think there's plenty of things he does wrong. But the initiatives going back to mound visits, pitch clock, ABS, like all of these things have been wildly successful and have not interrupted the flow of the game. Remember when they did the mound visits? People were like, what's going to happen? They're not going to be able to talk to the pitchers. Oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
I've never seen it be a problem. The pitch clock, the between innings clock, they've all been really successful. And ABS is,
How do you
like
feel
you
about
said, Martin, in the thing, it's going to go full tennis soon.
Yeah, that's
how
the
do you
hope.
feel about the throwing over to first twice? How do you feel about that rule?
That's one I didn't love, but
Yeah.
again, I don't think it's made a huge. I don't think it's been a huge negative.
No, I haven't seen it. I don't know. I don't love it.
I don't
I
love it. You're right, Scott. I don't love it, but I haven't seen it really negatively affect a game. The
No,
bigger
I
bases,
can't think of it.
like kind of all the initiatives he's been doing have been pretty good.
I
No.
think
The thing
the whole. Go ahead.
oh, I'm sorry. I was please say. Go ahead, Martin. What do you
I
got?
was just going to say, I think the whole the throwing over is attached to the pitch clock, where it's basically let's get this game moving. I mean, it's
Right.
the kind of thing where if you could throw over 3 or 4 times but do it quickly, then it'd be fine. It's the whole pausing and waiting and waiting and waiting and then trying to throw over. If you're going to do that 4 times, then you're slowing down the game, and that's sort of
To that point, a little bit, I don't like that there's no such thing as a bang bang off the field play. That is gone. They've
You're
removed
right.
that from the game.
You're right.
sorry. What
Um,
do you mean?
they have a play. The guy runs. The guy maybe gets across first base. They all look at the coach. He's holding his headphones. He's pretending he's looking back
Oh,
behind
I
him.
see what you're saying in
You
that
know what I
sense.
mean? And
Yeah.
then nope. Wait a minute. Wait a
Yeah.
minute.
Listen,
Wait
we
a
had it
minute.
close. We almost ended the World Series on a replay this year.
Yeah. So
Like, and that would have been weird. And again, the right call was made initially, and the replay showed it. But like, that would have been weird. The delayed, like, winning the World Series celebration. Yeah.
I think that's the thing that it takes that away from it. It's a maybe that particular play can have a different time frame on it or something. I don't know. Maybe
I
I'm not sure.
I hear you and I agree with you, but I feel as if, and I speaking for a generation I'm not a part of, but I feel like the 21st century viewer can't accept it unless it's correct. And I
You're
mean
right.
it
The
and
newer viewer. Yeah, I get
yeah,
it.
Pixar, it didn't happen. Kind of thing.
exactly. It happened right in front of me, but if it's not confirmed, then it didn't happen correctly, then I'm not going to accept it, and I need to have a
Yes.
unequivocal evidence that this
Yeah.
is the way it is.
If I was a
Otherwise,
Buffalo Sabres fan, I would feel the exact same way. Like I would
Right.
never, ever,
That's a
ever.
deep cut right there.
Well, it's a low blow. I'm sorry.
Um, the replay thing, though, and I don't want to get into a whole replay. I just did. Did you see that? I just did the Trump. I don't want to get into the replay thing. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to talk about it. They got to do something about replay in sports and speeding it up because, like tonight, this game's going to take forever because they're going to watch to see if someone's testicle hair was out of bounds. Like
yeah.
some of the minutia of the replays, they gotta stop in some of these sports. And I don't have an example of baseball right now, like this year.
Well,
But
I think baseball is different because replay is used to determine whether someone was tagged or not, to determine whether the ball would beat this person to it or not. And I think in other sports, like in sorry, it's a sport you don't care about, but soccer, the VAR system, it's determining whether
yeah,
okay, so this person jumped in the air while he's trying to head the ball, but when he was coming down from after jumping, his legs and body collided into a person who had ran underneath him. So should he be penalized, the person who jumped, for ramming into the person who was underneath him? The only way you saw this if you had VAR and you slowed it down and showed this. And I saw that thing happen repeatedly, and that's happening in basketball, and that's definitely happening in football. Where what is a catch again? By the
Yeah,
way,
right. That's what I'm saying. There's too much, and baseball's a little better at it. I agree with you, but still, sometimes they're
oh yeah,
doing the replay, and the two umps are standing there. And you're like, guys, the guy's out. Like, just call him out already. Like,
just
it's
get this moving. Scott, you're a big fan of replay, I assume. So
I don't know. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I mean, when we're on the right side of it, I suppose.
it is always the best side to be on, which is the
Yeah.
right side. Um, I
the
did,
night time is the right time.
Yeah.
I did.
By the way,
Talk,
that's
oh,
two original Adam Sandler album references tonight, Scott.
Did I miss the first one? What was the first?
Respect,
Oh, just respect. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
respect,
Yeah, gotta respect
gotta
the song.
respect, gotta respect.
gotta respect it. Yeah. Wow. I remember listening to that.
Now, if I bring up the goat, then we're really
Yeah, so that's some quick go thinking.
that's some quick goat thinking, right?
Okay, I'm laughing and I've already kind of broached it. So, to keep the algorithm happy, I've got to talk about American football. I got to talk about uh, the foosball that I saw. Noted that college football, which is not paramount, but is important to the skyline that you're watching if you're watching on YouTube. But if you're not, it's Atlanta, and we get the SEC championship game every year, and the a Peach Bowl or some sort of important playoff game. It usually
Yeah.
comes to the city. And the uh, the note that I saw is how the SEC and the Big Ten couldn't come to an agreement. So it will remain 12 teams for this season. The SEC wanted a 16 team format, and the Big Ten would like a 24 team format and wouldn't agree to the smaller expansion without assurances that conferences would continue to work towards an even bigger field. With all that being said, Scott, as someone who's really big when it comes to college football, are are conference championship games a relic of a smaller college football postseason? Does that
Yes.
question make sense? All right, all right. We can move on
Yes.
from that.
He's right. He's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I honestly I say that because um there was an article about the SEC deciding whether they wanted to keep it or not because they're going, we have this SEC championship game and it's a big deal. It is a very big deal in Atlanta.
Do they sell concessions at it and tickets and make money or whatever?
Oh, good God, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then yes. Then
So,
yes.
then
They're gonna
yeah,
keep it.
they're gonna.
They're
But I
gonna
mean,
keep those.
but it's the SEC, it just means more. And the problem is,
I see
it
what you
thank you. It they were talking about the fact that okay, so Georgia plays Alabama in the here in Atlanta before a week before one of them has to then play in the college football playoff game, and somebody's got a week off. You know what I mean? Like some of the younger teams have a week off and everything like that, and it's just they want another reason to be able to get more teams into the big final game so they can continue to say that they're the preferred conference when it comes to college foosball,
No, I
right?
just think it's too many teams. I mean, you're getting into a little college football minutia with that. It's too many
Mhm.
teams. 16 is too many. Expanding it more is too many. But college sports loves to take what they do and try to fuck it in the ass and ruin it because they're talking next week. They're going to approve an expanded NCAA tournament. Like you have a thing now. We got the national championship game coming up in a little bit. You have a thing that nobody watches during the regular season. Nobody. Martin, I don't watch a single college basketball game during the regular season. I coach high school basketball. I worked in college basketball for a decade. Okay?
Mhm.
And you have the most perfect 3-week thing that still entertains the shit out of people. And
Despite all
right,
the
despite the
yeah.
fact that nobody knows who anybody is or watches a single game. And you're going to expand it? Jesus Christ, can someone beat these people over the head with a hammer?
No, because they want to get beaten over the head with wads of money. Basically, that's all it comes down to.
Unbelievable.
Wait, I stepped away. They're making it a double elimination tournament.
Only something. They're gonna expand the teams. Like you have 3 weeks. It's boom, boom, boom. That's it. It's 3 weeks. You're in. You're out. You're on the weekends. That's all you have to pay
But
attention
we've
to.
already got a big, what is it? They've expanded to 68. It's just expand to
Well, the
60 to
68 thing was
72.
that didn't change the length of the tournament.
Well, I thought the next thing was the 72, so they could add in like two more of those kind of
Yeah,
whatever the
maybe they're talking. I heard 76, but just stop. Just stop. It's perfect.
They should
You
just
got
do what Coachella does and just run it back the next weekend. The exact
it.
same tournament, run it back and see what happens.
like you know what? It's the kind of thing that you can do with paid employees because, if you didn't like the result, it's like, hey, you're still on the clock and you're not going to class. That's the one thing I'm super curious about. As far as the truly high paid athletes, not the not the cheerleader captain
Right.
who's also trying to get that economics degree and is getting like $5,000 because her team did some type of thing for the local McDonald's. The the kid who signed for $1 million. I heard Dawn Staley was saying upon the lines that kids are basically coming up and saying, "All right, so how much are we getting?" As the
Right.
conversation with as so if that's the conversation, then why can't they play more games? Why can't they, you know,
Well, no,
I'm
sure they
not
can play
I'm
more.
not
I'm
I'm
just
not
telling
saying to
you it's
expand the tournament.
ruining.
I'm not saying to expand the tournament. I'm just saying in general. It's like, right? Because
Well, because
you're an
then you have to
employee.
expand the season.
Okay. I mean, we've just would no, I'm not watching it. Scott's not watching it, but ESPN will put on, Fox Sports will put on more games.
Yeah, I just think. I mean, it's already not watched. You're not going to push the season. You're not going to go the season deeper because you have a
Mhm.
great window. Because you can't push it to April and market March Madness, which is what everyone
No,
knows. People don't know it's called the NCAA tournament. They think it's called March Madness. I'm not joking.
I
Like,
know, I know.
so you would have to start it earlier, and the football schools are going to go, no, get out of here, get out, get out of our face. We got
We're
football games to play.
pushing
Go
all
away.
that in together.
March
It
man.
is. What did they NCAA? What did they copyright that you can? Is it the big dance
No,
or
championship week, I
no?
think.
That's ESPN. ESPN's championship week. I can't. One
No,
of
they
those
call it
is
champ week now.
I call it the Super Bowl this week.
Yeah, you can't. The big game.
that's who's got it. That's who you
It's the
got it.
Super
Where you
Bowl, the
got to
big
call it the
game. You
big
can't
game.
say
You got to
Super
call it the
Bowl.
big game.
You can't say Super Bowl anymore because Super Bowl is copyrighted, so you can't say Super Bowl.
All right, I think we've gotten enough football algorithm numbers. Speaking of, we can move on to a numerical trivia question and close out. I and probably end up asking a question inside of this. The Ringer, the article recently read, I did. If you move subject and predicates and stuff around, Howard Beck wrote about how the 65 game rule for people to get awards and such like that is, quote, tanking awards season. His main evidence is Cade Cunningham's failure to play 65, meaning his season won't be judged. That Luka Doncic's season-ending injury will keep him out because he won't be able to play 65. That Anthony Edwards' recent right knee injury will keep him below the threshold. That, quote, no one plays 82 anymore. I there's so much that's there as someone who doesn't watch the NBA. Scott, do you even watch enough NBA to
Nah, I didn't know a bunch. You guys were talking NBA before we jumped on here, I think. I don't know. What sport were you guys talking?
I'm trying to remember.
Um,
That's
yeah.
Somebody.
So what he's saying is now you have to play in 65 games in order to be eligible for the postseason awards.
Yes.
To be
65 out of
eligible,
the 82.
right? All NBA, MVP, all that. Yeah.
First team, second team, all that stuff like that. But you're right. None of those, but you didn't know any of those players. You've heard of Luka Doncic. You're
Yeah, yeah.
an American. You've been alive.
No. He's
Anthony Edwards has been in those Sprite
yeah,
commercials.
Yeah,
yeah.
the Ant Man,
Santa
Uh,
Claus. We've seen my kid knows
Santa
that
Claus.
because
That's right.
it's
wow,
Yeah,
there you
a
go.
commercial a billion
this
times.
guy.
And Cade Cunningham is a
Okay, I
Detroit
know him. He's
Piston.
pretty good. He's very good.
Oh, so there you go. But all three of them won't be eligible because they didn't play enough games. Um, yeah, it was it just I guess I'm going to pay enough attention, right? Because the NBA season ends like this week, right? It's like in a couple like week or two. Chris, no?
Yes.
Okay. Well, so now I actually start paying attention because the playoffs are coming. But the number I'm looking for is, speaking of NBA awards, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, or SGA,
Hmm.
was the MVP last year.
Hmm.
Out of 100 ballots, how many first place ballots did SGA receive? So, Scott, since you're a huge OKC THU fan, I'm just saying initials
He is.
now,
No, he's
but
Thunder. He's a Thunder guy.
yeah.
And I'm a big Thunder pants.
How
I would
many did SGA get
out of how many?
out of 100?
Oh yeah, he cleared at least. Uh, that's a good question. Because I
It's
always I
it's
really
in between 1 and 100.
it's because I've been following this every year. I usually see exactly how many votes each
Are you
MVP
looking up the
gets.
answer now?
No,
No, I'm
he's
not looking
fuck.
anything up. I'm not looking anything up. I'm not. I'm just stalling for no reason other than to say I'm gonna say he got 54 of. I'm gonna say he got more than half. 54.
54. Chris, what are you gonna go with?
69, bro.
69, 54, 69.
Bro.
Those are
I
the
would change my
numbers.
answer to 420, bro.
All right. Thank you for listening. However, whether it's on Spotify, Apple, or Pandora, you can watch the sunset and any additional images from or every episode at youtube.com/at Terminal Pod. That's the channel for all your questions. The answer to tonight's trivia question is in the description for this episode. Uh, the second coming of Mets Up was posted because it was just a digitally written one because I didn't want to go online with it. Um, at some point, I'll put up the Terminal Pod bracket stats from the March Madness thing, which will end tonight. I don't even know how that's going, but I'm certain I'm not doing well. But I'll put those results up. Scott, Chris, thank you once again. I'll be back soon enough. Actually, Thursday with Outcast versus Black Star, which is a yeah, I'm real curious to see how that one goes. Either way, that'll be something better to put down. Thank you guys. Take it easy on your life's highway and have a good evening.